I'm Cody.
And we're currently in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Very good.
Towers behind us.
KLCC Park.
Yeah.
So guys, whose idea was it to travel?
It was my idea to travel.
Like those of you who don't know, van life it's selling all your shit, moving into a van, and just living out of a van.
And traveling.
It could be
Nice.
any vehicle you want, whatever. We had like a sweet 1989 camper van. It was dope.
And that's how we started out traveling. We first left Alaska in our camper van and traveled throughout the United States for 6 months, and then went international.
Yeah.
So.
What made you guys want to travel, you know, after doing the van life?
Well, we honestly caught up with so many people that were doing van life that once you're a traveler, you're always a traveler. And we met people that were doing van life that already traveled the world previously, and it kind of went hand in hand. We were like, okay, we traveled the U.S., we've been there, we've done that. Now, where else can we go? What can we do? And can we do it cheap? And ironically, it's cheaper than living in the U.S. You know.
Yeah, the question is what made us want to travel, right?
Yeah.
So what made us want to travel is before I met Cody, actually, I was already planning a trip to do it by myself, so I'd be a solo traveler, and I was going to travel Europe for about 2 months. And so when I met Cody, I had always expressed that I wanted to travel, and he had always wanted to travel too. So once we started doing...
I was a naysayer.
A naysayer, yeah.
I was like, it's not possible, you have to be rich, blah, blah, blah. I was there, I was that guy.
Not. But after a while, like in talking about it, we were like, we're tired of the 9 to 5. The picket fence thing wasn't for us, and we were just like, this can't be our life. You know, it's the same day, different shit.
Like, there's so much more out there.
Yeah.
There's so much more out there in the world, except for your little house and your little job. And that's it.
How long do you guys plan on traveling?
There is no end date.
No end date?
So on my bucket list, I want to visit every country in the world.
Oh, wow.
And we usually typically stay in one place or one country for 1 month, and in that 1 month we travel around. So let's say we were to visit every country.
There's 195 countries in the world. It would take like 16 and a half years if we did it every month.
Every month. But that usually changes. Like for Chiang Mai, we ended up staying 2 months, and we're in Malaysia right now, and we only stay 2 weeks. You know? So it varies, but we don't ever really plan to stop.
Did you guys plan going back to the U.S. initially? Like, you know, am I going to travel for a bit and then come back, or did you guys always...
Going to Southeast Asia for a year, then doing Europe for a year, and then just figuring it out from there. But we found that it's pointless to plan more than a month out, because everything changes.
Absolutely.
Like,
we meet new people, and then they're like, hey, this is where we're going next, you should come.
Hey, we're going to Bali.
Yeah, come to Bali.
Like we weren't gonna go to Bali. We're like, oh, like we'll skip over Bali, but like now we're gonna go.
Yeah, we're going to Bali. Yeah. So I don't know, plans change all the time, but I don't think we ever will go back to the U.S. And if we did, it would only because like a family emergency, like somebody's dying, or it would have to be something massive. But I don't think we ever plan to go back.
Now, you know, you guys have been traveling for a little while now. What has been your favorite place so far?
Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai, Thailand.
Chiang Mai, Thailand. It's not the most beautiful. There's no beaches, but the people are amazing. The food is awesome. It's ridiculously cheap, and there's so much to do in such. It's like a big small town.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's so much to do. You can do everything from going swimming in rivers and waterfalls to go through the mountains to go see elephants. There's a lot of history there, and we love playing pool, and there's really good pool there.
Yeah, but not just that, but obviously we've only been to Thailand, and now we're in Malaysia, and in 2 days we leave to Vietnam. So obviously we're right in the beginning of our travels and stuff like that. So if you ask us in a few months, obviously it may be
completely different.
You know?
Okay, so far Chiang Mai has definitely been
a
highlight.
So far Chiang Mai
it surpassed our expectations.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, where are you most excited to go?
Bali right now. I was excited for Vietnam, but now that I'm like, oh, we're gonna meet up with friends in Bali after Vietnam, I'm like, oh, Bali's gonna be dope.
I know we're still in Southeast Asia, so right now in Southeast Asia, my favorite place that I'm excited for is Bali. But I'm really excited to go to Europe after Southeast Asia.
Europe's gonna be
so excited to go.
Yeah, Europe's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
Europe's gonna be sick.
So I'm kind of excited.
Now, you guys mentioned, you know, Chiang Mai was pretty cheap.
Yeah.
People back home think that traveling in general is just expensive no matter where you go. Can you guys give me a good example to kind of get the idea of how cheap Chiang Mai is compared to the U.S.?
How cheap? You can see in some of our old videos, but how cheap you could ball out on $1,000 a month budget.
Yeah, and that's between two of us.
You like living in it's like living in Miami, like in the penthouse suite, like best place, best pool, eating out 3 days a week, and drinking beers, like doing what you want, going and getting massages. You get a massage every day of the week, and you'll spend maybe $15 the whole week. You know?
Right.
Get a massage for $3 or $4 that lasts an hour. Like, get out of here.
So you get really. The bottom line is you get more out of life, I guess you can say, you know?
I think for me personally, I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like it was way more expensive to do the whole 9 to 5, live in an apartment and stuff back home. I'm from Alaska, so back home, it was way more expensive than traveling is.
And a little colder.
Our condo, like in our condo in Chiang Mai, we paid $230 and stuff for a condo that was so beautiful, biggest pool in Chiang Mai and stuff.
And if we were to put that place, even in the cheapest cities
in Alaska,
in the States,
like rent was like $1,200. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, come on, you know?
Right.
And whatnot. And then food back home, if I was to go out to eat, like me myself, I'm probably spending about $25. Well, I went out to eat every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for $3, and you're getting full course meals, you know? So like, you just can't beat that.
Yeah, you could, but the easiest way to do it, you could budget out $20 a day for 2 people, and that's solid. Like, that's like,
obviously it depends on where you go, but like in Chiang Mai, in other places.
Other countries are going to be more expensive, but
roughly it's way more cheaper to travel than it is to stay at home, in my opinion.
So a good note back, you know, to the people in the U.S. would be to think a little bigger, think outside the box, you know.
For all the people who are thinking about traveling, just do it. The first step is always the scariest, and I think once you actually buy that plane ticket and you go for your first time, you'll never want to stop ever. You're going to be thinking, why did I ever wait?
The first step, you have to be, like with any business idea or marketing or anything, you have to be invested. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna follow through unless you're invested, most likely financially. So first step is, if you don't have your passport, buy it. Spend the money on it. You know, when it gets there, you're gonna be excited. You're gonna be like, wow, like, okay, it was $80, but cool, I got this. Next step, buy a plane ticket. Even if it's for 4 months, 5 months, we bought ours 8 months out, and we bought it for pennies on the dollar. We both flew across the world first class for like $800 total. You know, and so it's like, just take the step to make the financial investment the first time, and you will never regret it.
And for all the solo travelers out there, I just want to say, even if you're not a solo traveler, you meet so many people. So if you're scared, like, oh, it's not going to be fun, or, you know, what would I do? I'm going to be by myself. You meet so many travelers. Like the people interviewing us right now, they were our first friends in Kuala Lumpur. You know what I'm saying?
And we met them online.
Yeah, we met them on Facebook. Yeah, in a digital nomad group for travelers. You know what I'm saying?
Who actually said it. I asked him before we left. I was like, how do you travel alone? Like, how do you actually do it?
You're never
and he's
alone.
like, the best part about traveling alone is you're never alone.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said, and it's so true.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many people out there that have the same idea and took the same kind of risk, and
there's thousands.
The reward is to meet each other, I guess you can say. You know, back to your point, you know, you said, you know, it's totally worth it, and I don't know where I read this, but it was somewhere along the lines of, travel is the only thing that you spend money on that makes you richer. Yeah. Would you agree with that?
I would 100% agree with that.
Yeah, richer, not monetarily, but like
life rich.
Yeah, life rich.
But it was something like you're just like stuck in this circle, and I feel like the experiences that you get and the things that you learn, you will never be able to learn unless you travel. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain.
And the thing is, it's crazy. You could do it with one person. You could do it with 2 people. We've got friends that are traveling the world with 5 kids.
Yes.
They've got 5 kids.
If they can do it with 5 kids, guys, you guys can do it.
They're doing it with 5 kids. And
it's all the time. How do you travel? How are you doing this? I'm really looking forward to traveling, or I really want to, but I don't think I can do it. You will never regret it.
Just do it.
Like Maddie and stuff said, you will never. Nobody I've ever met has ever regretted traveling.
Yeah, there's not a single person.
Yeah.
There's not a single person that has been
who's been like, oh, I traveled the world, so awful. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
You know.
So yeah.
whatever, just tip advice, whatever your biggest question, your biggest fear is, I'm telling you, it's not real.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whether it's money, whether it's security, whether it's safety, whether it's just the fear of the unknown, whatever it is, that's really not what it's really not your biggest hurdle. It's only up here.
And one more thing before we go, we constantly get asked, how do we travel, like money-wise? And so somebody messaged me the other day on Instagram, they're like, yeah, I see you came into a bunch of money. No, we did not like hit some lotto. Money didn't just fall into our pockets.
We sold everything we owned.
wish that would have happened. But yeah, so Cody owned a house out in Wasilla, and I had my own place in Anchorage. You know, we both had cars. I sold my car. You know, we sold everything that we owned, from our shoes to our socks. You know, the $500 TVs that everybody's out buying, we sold our TVs, we sold our couches, I mean, everything.
All our video games, the computers.
Yeah, the computers, the video
wall
games,
art,
I mean,
washing
everything.
machines. You sell everything, and then you have enough money to do whatever you want.
Yeah, and then we took that and we're like, let's go. And people think that it's super expensive, but like we said, it's really not. And then, you know, obviously we did van life before this. That means that $1,200 that I was paying for rent, or, you know, that he was paying for his place, we didn't have to pay that anymore. It literally was our money to save, and we could spend it on whatever we want. Yeah. You know, like, it's,
whatever your
stop
biggest
living
expense
paycheck
is,
to paycheck and start living like
your
a
biggest
king.
expense, and then just put that towards your savings for traveling.
Move back in with your parents if you have to start saving money.
Do it.
You know?
Do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. Yeah.
You won't regret it.
But yeah.
Nice.
Good.